Marta watched the screen with curiosity. Arlo was known for being hard to get a hold of, a genius who was always busy. It was rare to see them in the company kitchen or hallways. She nearly jumped when a messy head of blonde hair appeared on the screen, with big, colourful glasses peeking out from underneath.
Pi? Oh, I was starting to think you'd forgotten about me. Did you miss me?
Maybe? I guess I did. Listen, Arlo, we've got a situation.
For you anything, Sugar Pie. I'm all ears, so shoot me with this digital baritone of yours.
Marta, the DevOps from security, and I are digging through the logs after those glitches today.
Woohoo! Heavy stuff. We had to pull some serious tricks to keep up from getting totally cut off from the core. You should have seen the server room. More lights flashing than at the winter holiday market. What a show!
Arlo?
Alright. So you have been digging and...
Pi found an unauthorized protocol on the server and we thought maybe you'd recognize it.
And so you go to bow before my brilliance.
If it helps.
I let you off today, but next time I gladly accept the free lunch. Now, speak, mortals and digital creatures alike. What's this protocol you're dealing with?
Well, that's exactly what we don't know. Pi managed to decrypt only one file before the self-destruction sequence kicked in. Does the name Social Liquid ring a bell for you?
Just a minute. Admire the genius at work.
The rapid clicking of the keyboard and mouse heightened the tension for the detectives. Pi, to his surprise, found that he was too experiencing an unprecedented feeling of anticipation. He shook himself out of it, recalling Poincare's hypothesis in his mind. Streams of data were his home. Marta paced in front of the full-screen conversation window, appearing and disappearing from the camera.
Holy guacamole!
What?
Okay, let me finish reading. This is good. Your social liquid leads to the Digital Beer Project. They dropped it 5 years ago. There's not much about it in our intranet, just a few mentions. Oh!
Arlo, I beg you, the suspense is killing me.
Didn't mean to, sweetheart. Searching for information on our servers is sometimes like a ride down a rabbit hole. You don't blink before you know it. This project, whoa! There are some sparse descriptions from the demo day proof of concept for it.
And?
You don't understand.
Because you haven't told us anything yet.
Okay, listen to this. Part of the program, Beer and Beyond, blah blah blah. Pay attention now. Project goal. Support integration between androids and humans to better utilize the potential of species. Challenge. Lack of common platform that would allow for deepening and developing empathy based interspecies communication. Solution. Digital beer as a catalyst for shared experience in VR.
Silence filled both sides of the video call. The idea of recognizing androids as a separate species was not new. However, it had mostly been seen as a fantasy, part of a science fiction, or a topic for extreme activism for many years. The general agreement among people stopped just before treating androids as human-like beings. Their role in society was mainly seen as helping humans be more productive. This made the mention of a project that treated androids as having their own rights even more surprising. It was a serious business project funded by the investment budget in their company. Deep beneath the bustling streets of Krakow, where only a few chosen ones could venture, there existed a separate underground world in the city's canals. Here, on the 1,988 kilometers of hidden roadways that few knew about, the city's criminal life thrived. There were markets trading goods that no one would dare display in the sunlight. Secret meeting spots where the future of Krakow was discussed from a completely different underground perspective. And of course, hiding places, not just for rats, where any criminal could find shelter. In a location somewhere near Zecek, one of the most recognized student dormitories in Krakow, Barbakan had its lair. The operations of this dark syndicate, which worked in secrecy, remained invisible to the public, yet its influence seeped into the daily lives of everyone living in Krakow. The city had its official symbols: Wawel Castle, the Cloth Hall, and the Florian Gate. It even had trams with the names of the stops announced by the voice of Robert Makłowicz, the one person all Poles universally respected and admired. Krakow even had its own representation on the International Space Station, but the underground knew very well who truly ruled the city.
We infiltrated 3 more networks this week. The traces of Digital Bear are scattered, but we are getting closer to our goal. We are starting the cleanup.
In a damp hall reminiscent of a Gothic cathedral surrounded by canals, a meeting was taking place. Helena Starowolska, the mastermind behind the entire Barbakan operation, pulled a lever, and the wall behind her lit up with dozens of screens. Each screen displayed a different fragment of the city's digital landscape: corporate firewalls, unsecured servers, private communication devices. On 3 screens to the left, lines of code flew by, with highlighted snippets of sequences marked in red, traces of the digital beer.
We've accessed another node. It's connected to HEINEKEN's main computer. They're protected by a firewall, but it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Good job. No slip-ups. This protocol, Digital Bear, is not just a common anomaly. This breach threatens the integrity of our plans, our entire operation. Get to work.
Someone is trying to patch the holes in real time, pulling data. It must be that android.
Android! This cursed android! They think they can outsmart the masters on their own turf. Redirect him, feed him false data, and let's see how far he'll chase after us.
The Barbakan collective drew strength from the chaos they sowed, but it had to be controlled chaos. By themselves, of course. Their efforts were driven by a vision of a world that humanity had long since left behind. Starowolska and her crew believed in a return to the days before androids, when humans unconditionally held control over planet Earth. Or at least, that's what they thought. The people united in the Barbakan Syndicate shared one goal: to never allow full integration of humans with androids. Even better, bring AI back to its early 2020s version, operating in browsers as unaware machines that grind queries, create pretentious texts, and generate terrible images. What started as a promising Wednesday for Sasha in the support department quickly turned into horror. First, his computer froze. Then the phone system went completely haywire. The noise in the office reached a level that was difficult to comprehend. Notifications for incoming calls kept flashing in the corner of the screen, and the queue of clients waiting to speak with a consultant seemed to double in length with every blink. Despite his best efforts, managing the chaos was beyond human capabilities. He was convinced that everyone on his team dreamed of one or two things: being an octopus to keep up with everything, or enjoying a long vacation under the palms, far away from Krakow. He noticed the approaching android only when she sat down at his desk.
Oh no, not you.
Sasha, I'm Sigma, an SR3 android, assigned to DNT support. I'll help you manage the call queue.
Seriously? As if my computer isn't already smoking. The headset is burning my ears. And now it's you? I don't have time to onboard you.
As Sasha struggled with the rising irritation, Sigma connected to the phone system using her personal link. Her protocols for crisis situations included calmness, objectivity, and a focus on the task at hand, qualities that people often lacked in the face of chaos.
No worries. I'm already speaking with the first client in your queue, forwarding them for you. I'm letting in the first red contact. They should be the most urgent, mainly logistics, delivering delays and mix-up orders. You'll be happy to know there aren't many.
Wow, that looks good. But you're fast. And what about the rest?
I'm already talking to the first client in line. I'm analyzing the reports, resolving those within my competency, and creating tickets for the help desk.
And you still have time to talk to me?
In the dimly lit main server room of HEINEKEN Kraków, the only source of light for Marta and Pi came from the rows of blinking lights. They emanated from hundreds of stacked disk drives. The air was crisp, almost sterile, but it carried a palpable tension, a feeling that things had gone very, very wrong for the investigation. Only here, physically connected to the main hub, did they regain access to the server. The company networks were still operating in emergency mode. Such cyber attacks didn't happen often. Security systems had significantly advanced over the past decades. Cyber criminals usually preyed on human negligence and zero-day exploits. Few had the resources for such a bold, open attack. It was clear they were not dealing with amateurs.
Pi, this looks bad. They're already in the system. Oh my god, it's Barbakan. I recognize those signatures. They're so shameless, they leave them everywhere. We have to move, now!
Calculations indicate there's a 93% probability that the next server rack will have a trap waiting for us. We should...
Whoever was behind the Barbakan organization, and whatever their agenda was, Pi and Marta had no doubt that they had gone from detectives to prey. Trapped prey.
Wonderful. Just wonderful. We're stuck here.
The probability of us getting out of this safely has dropped by 41%.
Seriously, Pi? That's not helping.
Guess who's coming to rescue, cuties?
With her hand on her heart, Marta never thought she would be so happy to see someone's distorted face on the video intercom screen. And Pi would probably be able to calculate it to the exact percentage, if he had the time. Unfortunately, all of them did not have much of that. On the other side of the door, Arlo was struggling with the cables of a small device they had brought with them. Connecting it to the door, meant to protect the server room from the outside world, turned out to be quite a challenge.
Jeez, what a maze. I almost got lost. On the computer screen it looks, well, a little different.
Arlo, just in time.
What's happening, Pi? Give me the report.
We're trapped. The probability of getting out of the server room from the inside is 0.3%. Air status? 30 minutes for one person. But that's probably irrelevant because environmental scanners indicate a rising charge of high-power EMP. The probability that Barbakan wants to wipe us off the face of the Earth is 96%.
Slow down. Genius at work. I've got this little box here, and with a bit of luck, it'll help me bypass this gateway to hell. Before, Barbakan fries you.
Arlo?
Yeah?
Should that be smoking?
Only if it works.
With a loud beep from Arlo's electronic device, the doors to the server room swung wide open, and a blink of an eye later, they slammed shut with a bang, trapping Arlo's hoodie, who had rushed into the room.
Ouch! Good thing my head wasn't in that hood.
Good Lord, Arlo, are you alive?
I should have listened to my mom and stayed behind the desk.
I don't want to interrupt, but it looks like Barbakan is retreating through the system. We have to stop them before they erase any trace of digital beer from the servers. I need 2 3/10 of a minute to copy the files.
We don't have that much time. They've targeted the main server hub.
2.3 minutes? Okay. Maybe we don't have that much time, but we're smarter than them, right?
Manual override. I'm setting up a firewall. I'll buy you some time. Arlo, can you redirect power back to the server?
2 steps ahead of you, Sugar. We have a chance as long as the fuse holds.
The server room sealed tight around them, began to ripple and warp, as if they were hurtling through a tunnel in space-time, like the ones most respectable sci-fi productions showcased in the 90s. The walls seemed to pulse, and rows of server racks stretched into infinity. Marta started seeing things double, and then it began to triple. An unbelievable amount of chaotic data flooded through Pi's digital neurons. Arlo, eyes squeezed shut, dropped to their knees, groping around them.
It's an AI illusion. I'll try to cut us off before they push Pi out of the server.
I have 78% of the data. Just a few more seconds.
Marta, I need your help. You have to reach Pi. Don't trust your eyes. I know the layout of the room like the back of my hand. I'll guide you. Pi, you look for repeating patterns in a code you're being fed. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in this illusion until... well, you know what.
Pi's eyes, diving deeper and deeper into the code on the server, shimmered with a pale blue light. Time simultaneously stood still and rushed like a spring mountain stream. In the silence of the data center, a battle raged, not with swords and bullets, but with cunning, speed, and a sheer determination.
Got it. Arlo?
Marta, 1 rack to your left. You've got Pi. I promise. The wall you're looking at doesn't really exist. Do you have him?
I got him.
You need to connect to him with your personal link. The patterns he sees, there's a map underneath them. Please hurry, because if Barbakan triggers that EMP, it's over for us.
Under the pressure of the trio's efforts, the digital illusion fell away. No more endless rows of racks, no more rippling floor, and no more ghostly walls popping up randomly before them. The heavy steel doors swung open and slammed shut again. There was just enough time for 3 very determined individuals to rush through, eager to escape with their lives. Cut off from the server room, the detectives looked at each other, breathing heavily.
Arlo? Pi? Well done.
Close shave, huh? That's how the best stories end. Phew. Okay, let's get those files because something tells me this isn't our last date with Barbakan.